Well, good Tuesday to you. Thank you for joining us here on THV 11 News at noon. Still cloudy skies out there. We want to head straight over to the weather department where we have meteorologist Simone Thomas. Simone, a lot of people with their eyes on the skies. Tell us what's going on.
Well, the good news is in central Arkansas, things are fairly quiet right now. We have been seeing a few showers and storms developing to our south. There is that risk of severe weather for eastern Arkansas this afternoon, but here is what it currently looks like on radar. The strongest storm about an hour ago was moving through Clark County along that I-30 line. It has been, losing its steam as it moves east. A few more showers out there to our south and east, impacting portions of Drew and Ashley counties. Now, this is a look at what this morning looked like. Now, we started out this morning with a couple bands of rain moving through that moved out of here by the end of Wake Up Central, and here's those couple waves you see. We had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings with that as this moved through. We've been getting reports of power outages and wind damage. There was reports of a tornado near Fayetteville up in northwest Arkansas yesterday as well. The National Weather Service will be sending teams out to survey over the coming days, but right now the focus is on what's coming up this afternoon. Again, for eastern Arkansas, there is a risk of severe weather, that enhanced risk for those eastern two rows of counties really closer towards the Mississippi River. Our neighbors to our east have the higher threat today. As you see, the farther west you go in the state, the lower the risk is, and if you're in western or northwestern Arkansas, you likely won't see any more rain today. If you're seeing sunshine now, that'll be the case for the rest of the weekend. But our neighbors east, you need to make sure you're weather aware, at least for the next couple hours. More details on what you can expect through the rest of the afternoon, timing and impacts is coming up in that 7-day outlook.
All right, thank you, Simone. Well, we're now taking a quick look at power outages around the state in the wake of last night's storms. Right now, more than 13,000 Arkansans are still without power, most of them heavily impacted in northwest Arkansas. Now, this afternoon, we're sharing a look at significant storm damage from overnight there in that area. We're learning a possible tornado caused damage near the high school in the town of Lincoln, that's in Washington County, east of Fayetteville. Reporter Parker Abels from our sister station shows us the impacts to several community buildings.
I'm here in Lincoln, just right behind Lincoln High School at what they call a feedlot that's been here since 1970. As you can see behind me, it is completely destroyed. There was a family of 5 right behind me in a bathroom no more than, I want to say, 5 by 5 feet. The garage here is completely destroyed. Cars are totaled. But luckily, everybody in that family of 5 is okay.
This is David Kidd's, what he calls is his main headquarters. And in this little building here that you see is where his farm help was. His and his family all come in here, went inside this building to be safe. And you can see here to the right, his brand new car is here and his brand new feed truck's here, but this building was tore completely down. And the building where his family was, the good Lord had his hands around it, holding it up for him so it didn't fall on him.
Well, meanwhile, emergency crews were out all night surveying down power lines and clearing debris across the state. This is video from Greenland where we can see damage near Drake Airfield, south of Fayetteville. It's mainly trees and minor structural damage. Storm spotter Robert Frizzle was in West Fork when his radar app detected rotation and damaging winds near the area.
Residential, lots of trees down, snap power lines. I made it partway down Wilson before they closed it. There was a trailer that had been lifted off its foundations. From what I'm understanding, there's more damage back up towards the industrial park in Greenland.
The National Weather Service from Tulsa will come out to survey this damage to see if it was caused by a tornado. Well, it's been nearly a week since a Pine Bluff mother vanished without a trace. Joynell Brandon's family says they're growing more worried by the day. According to Pine Bluff Police, Joynell Brandon was last seen last Tuesday on University Drive. Brandon's daughter, Markesia Johnson, says each day without knowing her mom's whereabouts is a struggle for her and her siblings.
I hear my mother's voice every time I close my eyes. And it's heartbreaking, it's hard. Because I want to rest, but my body and my mind won't let me find my mom.
Brandon's family is also concerned that it has been days since she's had necessary daily medication. I want you to take a look at your screen at the photo here. Police say Brandon is 5'2" tall and has distinctive burn scars on her neck and her right arm. If you have any information on her whereabouts, you're asked to contact Pine Bluff Police. A fight leads to gunfire, leaving one man dead in Jacksonville. It's an update to a story we first reported last night at 10. Today, police confirming several new details. Jacksonville police have now charged Kylan Brown in the killing of 26-year-old Kente Williams. Officers say Brown got into a fight with Williams inside a home on Bellevue Circle Monday afternoon before shooting him. Williams was pronounced dead at the scene, and Brown reportedly took off, but police tracked him down, making the arrest last night. He's now facing charges of capital murder and burglary, along with several other felonies. In Little Rock, a man is now in custody in the city's latest homicide that we first reported yesterday morning. 58-year-old Randy Lee Cunning is now charged with capital murder. Police say he shot and killed 44-year-old Nicole Lambert at a home in the 4400 block of West 24th Street early Monday morning. Police are still investigating the motive in the killing. And a manhunt in Louisiana is entering its 5th day after 10 inmates escaped from a New Orleans jail early Friday morning. This afternoon, 6 of the men are still at large. 4 days after a brazen jailbreak in New Orleans, Louisiana State Police posted this photo on social media announcing the arrest of Gary C. Price, bringing the total to 4 apprehensions so far. Police are relying on technology to find the remaining men on the run, and surveillance video with facial recognition helped find an escapee walking down Bourbon Street.
Those cameras are enormously beneficial tools, and I think you can see in the reality of that having played out in this situation.
Well, the use of the cameras are now under scrutiny. The ACLU claims the cameras lack oversight and raise civil rights concerns. Meanwhile, today, the New Orleans City Council is meeting to discuss if the jail's budget problems led to breakdowns in security. President Trump is trying to rally Republicans around what he calls his one big, beautiful bill, with some conservatives saying spending cuts don't go far enough. Speaker Mike Johnson says he wants a vote by Thursday ahead of the Memorial Day break. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
President Trump paid a visit to Capitol Hill to sell holdout Republicans on his tax cut and spending bill.
This is the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, or you'll get a 68% tax increase. And if that happens, I mean, what Republican could vote for that to happen? Because there wouldn't be a Republican much longer. They would be knocked out so fast.
But the more than 1,000 pages of legislation has left conservatives and moderates divided.
We wouldn't even be in this position right now if you didn't have members in seats like mine who won.
New York Congressman Mike Lawler is one of the members pushing for greater tax deductions for people who pay high state and local taxes.
If they think we're going to throw our constituents under the bus to appease them, it's not happening.
But some hardline budget hawks say that will cost too much and argue the bill's spending cuts don't go far enough.
If the SALT cap is raised from 10,000, let's say to 30, pay for it.
House Speaker Mike Johnson is pushing for a vote on this bill as soon as Thursday before Congress leaves for the Memorial Day break. Texas's Chip Roy is among those who want more time to negotiate.
They're trying to run it in through the jet fumes, and I just don't agree with that. I mean, I'll keep working in good faith to try to make the bill as good as it can be and then decide where things stand.
Another big sticking point, cuts to health insurance for low-income individuals, Medicaid, as the bill would require states to impose work requirements on adults without children. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, initial estimates from the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office say the changes to Medicaid in the House bill would save at least $625 billion and result in 10.3 million people no longer being covered by Medicaid by 2034. Millions of Americans are set to see major changes to their Social Security benefits. The changes impact about 2.8 million retired teachers, firefighters, police, and some federal workers who receive a public pension that didn't withhold Social Security tax. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger appeared on CBS Mornings to break it down.
It's not every single one of them, but these folks could see increases of what they say is maybe a few dollars a month to up to $1,000 a month in a benefit change. So this is a real game changer for a lot of those folks who did not actually pay into the Social Security system. Just to know, you don't have to do anything. The government will actually inform you, and you might even just see it in your check coming through.
For retirees who have been getting back more money from the Social Security system in overpayments, the Trump administration will now withhold 50% of their benefits until that money is repaid. More than 72 million Americans receive Social Security benefits. When we see the effects of severe weather, so do wildlife. But who cares for them when they're in distress? At 12:17, we visit a medical center with a special mission.
And we're seeing those clouds rolling out there as we look west in the capital city. If you live west of the metro, you're done with the rain for today, but eastern Arkansas, stay weather aware for the next few hours. More details are coming up after the break.